So today we're going to be talking about self-love. Self-love, I mean, what does it even mean? A lot of people, myself included, so back when I used to want to lose weight, or, you know, oh, I've got to lose weight for a holiday, or I need to start meditating, I have to start being calmer. All of those different words didn't really help, to be fair. And it was very much in the stage of pushing myself forward. And actually, when I look at it now, it is more using self-hate to get your goals and your gains. Now, I'm going to put you down now, darling. I love you. And, there you go. I love you. Go and lie down. Okay, so, yeah, it often was more a case of self-loathing and self-hate that I used to push myself forward, whereas now I desire to flow forward in the feminine energy, in, you know, balance and in love. And I do that through self-care and self-love. And I do see the telltale signs when I go back into old habits of using more the ego, more self-hate and loathing to try and push myself forwards. Now I can tell you which one feels better: self-love, self-care and flow. You can get both, you can get results with both. It feels much easier, much kinder to use self-love. So let me tell you a little bit about myself first, because I realised in the last couple of videos that I didn't really give you any of my story or my history. So let me tell you, my name is Scanlan, and I feel like I've had really 4 kind of chapters in my life. So my childhood was nice. I remember fun, happy times. I spent a lot of time in Ireland, like all the summer holidays, school holidays, that kind of stuff. Over in Ireland, my dad was Irish, was a farmer, so we often went there and spent time on the family farm. And it was a time of real freedom. Coming from London, I wasn't allowed to play out on the street. I wasn't allowed to go to the park on my own. I felt like my parents were really strict. But having said that, there's no way I'd let my daughter either now. But in Ireland, we were able to explore the countryside. We were able to go from like our nanny's house to our cousin's house up the lane. And we were able to have so much more freedom. And that really draws into my self-care and self-love plan now. So the period of my life that I definitely had the least self-care and self-love would have been my teenage years, late teens into 20s. The 20s were probably the worst, to be fair. And what did I did travel in my 20s, but it was a case of kind of travelling to escape, to find myself, not travelling for the love and the joy of exploration and adventure. So again, as you can see, there are different polarities to doing anything. And self-love is no different. You can get the results you want, you can achieve the goals you want through many, my puppy's biting my feet now, many different ways of being. So through my 20s, there was a lot of self-hate, there was a lot of self-loathing, a lot of putting myself down. I really didn't have much self-worth. My standards, especially for men, were pretty low. They were pretty low indeed. And I was giving myself away. And really, to be honest, I mean, I made a lot of changes before my daughter came along. I made a lot of different choices because I knew deep down that I was worth more than I was worth more than what I was kind of giving myself away for. And as a consequence, after I had my daughter, I realised how brilliant I was, how amazing my body was, that I'd created this miracle. And for me, I had a totally new way of looking at my body. I looked at my body in awe and in wonder, and I was amazed by the changes that my body did automatically. I was amazed that I was able to grow a baby. Hello, welcome. Just give us some likes and some love so I know everybody can hear me. And from really that moment, I knew I was able to step into my greatness. I was able to step into love. Now now I know that doesn't happen for every woman. And I would like to help the women and the men in this group to start stepping into that self-love and that awe and that wonder about your body, not waiting like I had to fall pregnant and go through pregnancy and giving birth and rearing a baby. For me was my awe and wonder, and that for me was like the slap in the face from the universe to say, listen, all of you humans are miracles. You are all miracles. You're the center of your own universe. You are able to create life. You are life itself. And I mean, it just blew my mind. And from that day forth, I really, really stepped into loving myself a hell of a lot more, raising my standards a hell of a lot more. I have been single for like most of the 9 years from pregnancy. My daughter's like 8 and a bit now. I've been single for most of it because that was part of my story as well. I was with my then boyfriend and I fell pregnant and I said, I'm pregnant. And we had been talking baby names and all of that stuff. And he went silent. It was like tumbleweed, white noise. And that was pretty much the end of that relationship. Couple of weeks, that was it. So I was a single parent from about 2 months pregnant. And I knew that I was doing it on my own. I still am. And I've had the opportunity to go out with many men. I could go out this weekend and go and live it up and have sex with someone, but my self-love, my self-gratitude, my self-appreciation, my self-worth and my standards are way, way, way fucking higher than they used to be in my mid-20s. So, how did this happen? For me, it was, a major part of it was the awe and wonder that I felt having a baby. But I have since stepped back and I have helped many, many, many other women and gents to step into self-love and self-appreciation and self-worth in a much bigger way, and I am going to take you through that, and I'm going to pop my glasses on and off because the lights unfortunately make, look, my glasses all like that. So, are you willing to love yourself more? Are you willing to step into the person that you would like to be? Let's do a quick exercise now, because this, normally my programs follow quite a similar formula, whereas this self-love challenge doesn't. It just breaks the rules of my normal structure. So, we're going to be doing some exercises on this call. So the first one is, are you willing to love yourself more? And we're going to do a little bit of a visualization. So I'm just going to encourage you to just sit back, close your eyes. For me, I like to hold my hands up because I'm calling in the divine energy. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths, or rather I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, filling up your lungs, and then out through your mouth slowly. Feeling your chest expand. And feeling yourself drop into your soul, deep into your body. I'm going to ask a few questions, and I invite you to just answer. Allow whatever comes through you to be spoken. Are you willing to change the way you look at yourself? Are you willing to be kinder to yourself? Are you willing to love yourself fully and completely? Now, it doesn't matter if this is a yes or if this is a maybe or I'm not sure or not yet. I'd like you to look around in your mind's eye. What can you see? Is there a door? Is there a doorway? Is there a door near you? Can you see a door? When you walk over to the door, I'd like you to read the manuscript, the words that are printed on that door. It's a message for you. It's a message for you from the divine. Once you've taken that on board, open the door. This is a safe place. And you're going to start to walk down the spiral staircase. What does it look like, this spiral staircase? Everybody's is different. At the bottom there is another door. As you open the door, you're walking into your heart center. What does it look like? What does it feel like? There are 3 gifts somewhere in this room for you. Go and look. Once you find gift number 1, open it up. What has the divine sent you? What sign? If you have a pen, you can write that down, or just lock it within your mind. Now look for gift number 2. This gift is from Archangel Michael. What has he sent you? And gift number 3. Gift number 3 is from Jesus. And Mary Magdalene. What is gift number 3? With the 3 gifts that you have been granted, given, I would like you, or I invite you to take them on board, see the meaning. And is there anything you would like to change or transform in this heart center before we make our way back up? This heart center is your heart chakra. It's where your self-love, self-care is flowing from. Once you've transformed or changed or just savoured what is in this room, it's time to find that door. There'll be a message on it, a parting gift for you as you climb those stairs. Going up and up and up. Back into your safe space at the top. I invite you to either write down or even type in what your gifts were under this video. When I originally did this short meditation, the guidance that I was given, the gifts that I was given, really helped me to step into the new me. They allowed me to step into a new way of being. And when I got into the heart chamber, it was grey. It was an empty box, and it had a sad child in it. Everything was grey, grey, grey. By the time I left, I had transformed that room into a colourful room with comfortable sofas, and a very happy inner child was left. When we're doing work on self-care, self-love, it always happens, or it always starts from within. There's no point in looking externally, because it happens within. So throughout this program, this self-care program, we do a lot of guided meditations, and also looking at comparison, judgment, and the blame game. So I just want to see what, ooh, wow, I don't know how much time I've got. Yeah, so let's have a look at the blame game quickly. So we've deciphered that you're willing to change, you're ready to change, you're ready to step into that self-love. I hope that the guidance that you got through that meditation, that and hopefully you'll be able to share it. If you feel like you can share it in the group, please do. Through those guided meditations, it allows you to drop into your heart chamber and to process and flow through. And then when you come out of the guided meditations, there's some logical work to be done. So if you've watched my videos before, you know that there is, I have a very logical mind, yet a very, I use my intuition and I use my guidance as well. So with the logical side of things, we need to just take a step back and look at who are we blaming? Where are we not taking responsibility in our lives? Because I told you a little bit about my my history and my story earlier, and in my 20s there was a lot of blame going on. Nothing was ever my fault. And oh, I have a very fidgety puppy, I'm sorry. Oh, she's pulling at me and everything. Right, yeah, I had a lot of blame, and I also compared myself to others a lot. Why was it not me? Why did I never find love? Why? And then I blamed. I didn't take responsibility for my actions in relationships, and that all helps. When you start taking responsibility for your actions, it really, really does help boost your self-worth. Even if the actions don't really point you perhaps in the best light, But if everything is if you are the center of your own universe, then everything that you pull in, the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, is down to you. So as soon as we start taking on that responsibility, our standards do start going up, our self-worth starts going up, and self-love and self-care. Within this program, we do 7 days of emotional freedom technique, and it's very much detoxing the judgments, detoxing the comparisons, the blame game, and then putting in loads of self-love, self-care, affirmations. After the 7 days of emotional freedom technique, we do 7 days of chakra balancing. Now, the chakras are an energy system that flow through the body, and I'm sure everybody in this group knows what the chakras are, but it's an ancient Indian energy system that runs through your body. Now, there's 7 main points in the body, and then there are chakra points above and below, a bit like the aura, yeah, you know. So this helps to cleanse you. So you've done your EFT, you've done your kind of discussion side of things first, and your guided meditations. Then you do 7 days of EFT, detoxing yourself of the comparisons, judgment, and blaming, and basically the ego, and then you help to cleanse the chakra system for 7 days as well, and then 7 days of taking inspired action towards your self-love, because it's all very good, it's all like well and good me coaching people, supporting people, and keeping people accountable to do this detox process and then energy enhancement and boosting, but you've got to take the inspired action in your life to start promoting this self-love and self-care. So the 7 days of inspired action is really, really fun, because everybody gets to do something different every single day. You're encouraged to try new things. You're encouraged to channel whatever comes through you and just go with the flow, and perhaps not be so rigid in what you feel a self-care, self-love routine is. My programs are all about empowering the member, the individual, the client, the goddess. It's all about empowering and not saying my way is the way. It's about me helping you to find your way. I hope that makes sense. I feel like today, with my little puppy power and tech hitch, that perhaps I wasn't too on point today, but I hope that I have explained how I work through self-love and self-care, and how your life can change in an instant to be able to do